Yeah, my wife can get a little frustrated sometimes if it's real busy on the weekend, because a lot of customers are watching on Flow or they're coming to the track and they want to talk, and I love racing, so I want to talk about racing, and it kind of takes me away from the work a little bit, but I mean a lot. I've just loved racing my whole life for as long as I can remember. Watched it on TV, you know, as a kid, and just played with, you know, die-cast cars on the floor, racing video games, dreamed about it, whatever. My dad has always been a race fan, and him and Chad Allen had a car together in the late 80s, early 90s. Chad moved down to work for Hendrick Motorsports and a couple other teams in NASCAR. So that kind of stopped until I was 14 years old, maybe. We started going to the track and we started putting together a street stock. Yeah, I'd say I'm a first generation racer. Like, my dad loves racing, but like, he didn't, you know, they had it modified together for a little while, but you know, like a low budget team, you know, guys just, you know, having a good time. I was 14 when we started going to the track and started putting a car together. I was 16 when I went to the track for the first time.
Okay. What do you remember about those early days going to the Speedbowl and kind of being a new guy, new face in the crowd?
My first year, we intended to run a full season. I ran about half the races. We ran 10 races. I wrecked in 9 of them. We wrecked a lot. My old man never got mad about it. He's just like, you're going to have to fix it. And that's where I started to learn how to weld and do sheet metal work and stuff like that, because, I mean, he'd help me work on the car and stuff like that, but there was no free ride. I had to fix everything I broke. If it took a week or if it took 2 weeks, that was fine, as long as I did it myself. So just a lot of fun going to the track, hanging out in them dirt pits before they put the millings down there, and just, you know, going there with my dad and my brother and my sister as a truly, you know, even my mom, and as a true family team, just doing whatever you have to do to go to the track and watch me crash the car. Oh yeah, I started to figure it out a little bit. We won some heat races our second season, which would have been my senior year of high school. I won a few heat races and had a few decent runs. I think I had like a 4th or something like that. And a couple years after that, we really started to figure it out a little bit. Once Terry Brick, who has passed away now, Terry Brick Jr. had come and helped me out with the setup and with the engine and stuff like that. We really started to figure things out and be pretty competitive.
When did you get your first win?
2010. I had like, I don't know, 2 or 3 top 5s that year, but we had this one night where the car was perfect. Kevin Gamber-Corder actually practiced the car for me that day, way back then. And he was like, this thing is really good. You know, I wouldn't change anything. We didn't change anything. I went out there, I won the race, the car was fantastic, and I wrecked the car in the heat race the next week and never handled the same. From 2008, I ran my first season, that half a year I ran, and then I won the championship in 17. And maybe, I think I've run like 2 races there since 2017.
What went into the decision to move on from the Speedbowl?
Well, I mean, I don't want to say, I'm not trying to, like, you know, say that anything bad about the racetrack, but they kind of decided for me. We took 2018 off because I had my second child, and we built, of racing, that was the plan. We ended up racing Thompson to a 7-race schedule, but we built a brand new race car, which we planned to debut in 2019. I believe it was 2019, maybe, yeah. And we put everything into this brand new race car, and we went to Race-A-Rama for the track and everything. And then after Race-A-Rama, before the season started, they changed a ton of rules and basically made the car obsolete. Like, yeah, we could run it, but it's just the top teams weren't going to be coming with obsolete stuff. We had all brand new, obsolete stuff. So we kind of just didn't race it. And then we came here to Stafford in 2020 with that car. It had like 1 race on Thompson in it, and we ran really well. So we decided to stay here.
Well, what really did it was the COVID thing came, and we came here, and we had intentions on going back and fixing the car and going back. But you know, they were so good to us here. I mean, the first phone call we ever got from any racetrack to stay, and we want you to stay. We want you to be here. It's the first phone call. I was like, that was it. You know, we were like, we're staying. You know, it's the appreciation. The track really appreciates you.
Yeah, we almost won our first race here. We were coming to the Checkered, and Zach Robinson spun me. Good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Not that night, but good friend of mine. He had spinning me coming to the Checkered. We were winning the race, my first race here. Yeah. Ended up finishing second. But we just fell in love with the place, how good they treated us, and they were happy we were here. They wanted us to be here. They wanted us to come back. So we really fell in love with the place.
Did making the decision to come here change anything in your personality as a racer? There are people that say, the Chris Meyer who was at the Speedbowl was kind of rough and tumble. You didn't know what you're going to get from him. Could be a wild card. And the Chris Meyer that showed up at Stafford was a more mature kind of individual. When you hear people say that, what do you think personally?
It's pretty accurate. Waterford was a tough place, and you had to be tough, and you had to drive hard all the time. And it definitely brings it brings more of that a different mentality out of you at Waterford. You got to be on your game. You got to be tough, like not just fast and have your stuff together, but you got to be willing to bang doors. You got it all the time, And when we come to Stafford, they kind of set the precedence for me. Like, we got spun that first race, and they did something about it right away. There was no question to ask. Like, it was like, oh, he spun the leader. That guy's gonna have a penalty. And it was like, well, this is a place that's gonna take care of the racer. Okay, right off the rip. So it makes it easy to have a different mentality here.
In this area, we see a lot of guys that when they get into a street stock and they have some success in a street stock, they stay with it for a long time. You made the decision to jump to a late model. What went into that decision, and was it a tough decision to walk away from street stocks after having success?
It was a really tough decision. We had talked about it for a couple of years, going late model racing, and then when Scott Cook called me to drive for him, I did half a season for Scott Cook. I was like, well, this is, I've never driven for anybody before. This could be fun. And we got in the late model class, and we were starting to make some strides with it. And then, that off season, we made the decision that we were gonna try it. Let's just do it. It's more expensive. It's more work. The competition is greater, and we wanted to go for it. But it was hard to make the decision. We love street stock racing. We were really good at it. We had it figured out. We knew we were racing for the championship every year. And this is like a whole new challenge. Coming to this class was like, in a lot of ways, restarting your career for me. Yeah, we're really proud of it. We never thought we were going to win it. I shouldn't say we never thought that. It was hard to have a reality where I viewed myself as somebody who would run late models, never mind winning them. And now we're winning races, and we are, a contender for the title and a contender for the win every week. So I'm still hungry for it. You know what I mean? Like, I want to. Every week we come to the track, I want to be better. I just want to be better every week, and I want to be faster, and I want to win races. So, the hunger is there regardless of division or track. I have that hunger to want to win.
There's some people that look at this division and say, oh, there's not that many cars. How tough can it be? Do you think people lose fact of how competitive this division is and how deep the talent is, even though there's not 25 cars out there?
We have a few boring races for sure. They happen, when it gets single file, but I want more cars. I want the 25 cars out there. We all want that. But it doesn't, you look at the battle for first, you look at the battle for seventh, you're getting heavy hitters, and we're all fighting hard. It's very competitive. I think the show, what you see racing for the lead almost weekly is always exciting.
I'm pretty proud of Chris. He's persistent. He's not going to quit doing what he's got to do to that car until it's a winning car, It's
kind of by chance, man. We purchased the property, thinking we were going to rent the building out. My brother and I were landscaping and doing some other construction type work, and it was just a real pain. We had this idea of having an ice cream store there, but we were thinking about renting it out. But we found a really good deal on a whole store that went out of business. We bought all their stuff. And we had to fight so hard with the health department and the zoning and everything else that when we got it all figured out, we were like, we can't. This was so much work. We can't just turn this over to somebody else and let them ruin it. We got to try our hand at it. So, and that's how we ended up in the ice cream business. But the one thing we tell ourselves when we started, and we still tell ourselves today, I try to act as if I'm a customer at my own store. Is that clean enough? Is this good enough? Is the menu clear enough? Is the portion big enough for me to be happy as a customer? And until I make myself the happy customer, then it's not good enough. And that's how we look at it. I'm a sheet metal worker, welder at Millstone, the nuclear power plant in Waterford.
So how do you balance operating a business and working a full-time job somewhere else?
And racing and the kids. Just having a good wife, having a good family life. That's, I mean, everybody in the family works together on all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't do it without my dad's help with all this stuff, without my mom's help at the store, without my stepmom's help with the kids, without my brother's help with all the landscaping, all the work he does around the building, and vice versa. We all just help each other. You know, we do have a really tight family. Everybody, my sister, everybody is just involved, and we all kind of help each other out.
How many customers do you get at the ice cream stand that say, hey, I watch you go racing, or I know you from racing?
My wife can get a little frustrated sometimes if it's real busy on the weekend, because a lot of customers are watching on Flow or they're coming to the track and they want to talk, and I love racing, so I want to talk about racing, and it kind of takes me away from the work a little bit, but I mean, a lot. It's a lot of people who come to the store who are involved with the racing. This is a family legacy thing, you know what I mean? I hope my kids want to work there. I hope they want to hang out there as they get older, become teenagers and stuff like that. And I hope they have family and their kids will want to work there. And I know I'm not going to get rich. It's not a $1 million business by any means, but it does keep everybody close. It keeps the family tight. I'm hoping that's our thing. So, and it works out. You know, it just works. It's close to home. Make an okay living, and the goal is to try to keep everyone close to home.
They've done a great job, and my other son, who was a partner first, Danny, is the welder here. He's done a fantastic job with his business, and my daughter, she's a general foreman at EB. I couldn't be more proud of my kids, and I'm going to tell you this. My people were like, oh, you're wasting your money racing. You should. None of the kids went to college, but they all became very mechanical, and they all make more money than I made. So they're all doing good, and I credit all to race cars. They're all good welders. They're all mechanically inclined. Racing did a lot for my family. It's cost us a lot, but it's given back.